Hi everybody, I'm Joey and I've got some cute wreath cards to show you tonight. So before I get started, I'm going to just look down at my iPad here so I can get it queued up so I can see what you're seeing. I'm sorry, I'm going to get my head in the camera. So there we go. You can see. I thought I had taken the sound out of that, but if you're coming on, say hi, and even if you're watching replay, I'd love for you to say hi and tell me where you're from. And I'd also like to know what you've been working on today. I have been working on, whoops, that's not what I want. I pulled up a video I already did earlier today and I don't want that one. I want the live one. So I have been working all day getting a class ready called Cheerful Baskets. It's on the, oh, thanks for sharing, Kay. Thank you. There we go. I think this is the right one. My computer doesn't seem to be cooperating with me. You know, technology is great when it works and not so great when it doesn't work. Let's see if I can get this pulled up here. Oh, it's not coming live. Okay, sorry. Hi, Sam. Oh, you are on. I know you watched last night for a while, so I thought maybe this was that I was still on the wrong one. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Sometimes getting everything, all the ducks in a row is a little like herding cats. It's like, hi, Diane. Nice to see you. Okay, well, I think we're ready to go then. Let's go ahead and I'll turn the camera down. I have to do a little adjustment here on my phone, so I'll click a tool and I'll go upside down, but then you'll be right side up. I noticed in the camera I was kind of licking my lips a little bit. I'm not really licking them, but I don't like to have dry lips. It kind of drives me crazy. And oh, I think I did pretty good with the video. Oh, I think we're actually straight right away, which is amazing. Okay, tonight we're going to have some fun with Cottage Wreaths. This set is in the mini catalog. It is, let me pull up the page. I meant to have it marked, but it is the one that has the gingham cottage paper. So it's on page 59. And I'll be honest, when I first saw this paper, so it's on page 59, and then the bundle, we're going to work with both the stamps and dies. The bundle is up here, 159659, and it's $52, and that's a 10% savings when you have the bundle, because it gets both the stamps and the dies. But this paper has some of it has fairly big designs. So originally I thought, I just don't know how I'm going to work with that with, cards are pretty small. But I really love it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's very fall and Christmassy and even spring. There's some flirty flamingo in here and a lot of black and white patterns. It's just so pretty. So we're going to work with this a bit tonight. Hello, Carol. Welcome. Hi, Dorothy. British Columbia. Oh, that sounds exciting. Hopefully it's cooler there than it is here. It was pretty warm today. I don't know how warm, but at least it was in the 80s. Okay, so we're going to play with this. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to grab all my bits here that I've got done. We're going to make 2 fall wreaths tonight and one, well, let's stamp first. And we're going to make 1 Halloween. And then I'm going to do Christmas, but we're not going to do Christmas tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, the first thing I want to show you. Okay, so I'm going to undo what I've done here already so I can show you from scratch a couple of tricks about this bundle. So when you get your stamps, I'm going to pull them off the blocks. I was making my samples earlier, so they're all on the block. So this is the way this came on well, of course it comes between the two plastic pieces. But then when you line it up on your inside cover here, I did that first. And then what I did is, let me show you the dies first. So the dies have this little part that comes out here with a little arrow on it, and then they both have that. So there's one and there's one. That arrow lines up with this arrow on the stamp. So what I did to help me line it up is I just marked my stamps both there and here with a Sharpie marker so that it wouldn't come off, because that will help us know how to line these up. Now it also matters how I'm going to put the stamp on my block. So I'm going to line it up. For me, I like to have it go kind of towards the top right corner. Can you see my dot? I don't know if, hopefully you can see it. So I'm going to do that with both of these. So we'll take this one and then we'll line this one up as well. So we're going to get there's my black dot, and I kind of want it to go up to the right a little bit, okay? Now if you do that, it's going to make your life so much easier instead of making a lot of, you know, turning your die and turning your die and turning your die. So let's get out. We're going to take out the, so actually the first one we're going to do is going to be, let's do the early espresso one first. I think it might be easier. I made these several days ago, so I'm trying to figure out if I did the saffron first or the early espresso. We're going to try early espresso and see if that is going to work. So again, I'm being conscious of where my black dot is, and it's going to go up to the top right, like so. Okay? Okay. Then we're going to take, we'll find out right away if I should have stamped the yellow first. If so, we can redo it or just make it work, however works out best. Dorothy is about 70 there. That sounds perfect. 70 is perfect. Thanks for sharing, Carol. I really, really appreciate it. So now we're going to ink up with So Saffron. And again, I'm going to be very conscious of where my dot is. Now, I will just tell you, this does not line up perfectly. So you kind of get the idea, and then you kind of just go for it. Right now, I'm trying to just kind of get it, make sure my wreaths are pretty much right on top of each other. But now my yellow one's the one I'm going to have to match up. So let's see. That's up here. So let's get our die out and see if I can find this. It should go right about, still takes some fussing, a little bit of fussing. I think right about there. I think that's fairly close. Or is it here? Nope, I think it has to be up here. Oh, I think that one goes there. There we go. Still takes a moment to kind of make sure you're getting it all lined up. Okay, so I think that's good. Then let's go ahead and what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to grab a little piece of washi tape, and before I move this and get it all discombobulated, I'm going to go ahead and use some washi tape so it doesn't move. I have been stamping today. I've been prepping a class. I'm doing a cheerful basket class that meets Thursday, and then the to-go packets go out on Friday. So I've worked on that. I also had to take my husband. He sideswiped the car in the parking lot, poor guy. And later come to find out he was having a cluster migraine that night. And we think it affected his peripheral vision, which at the time we didn't know, didn't have any idea of that. But anyway, so we had to take the truck to the car repair over the noon hour. I had to take my Brady dog to grooming, which he doesn't love. So I took him to grooming, then I took Steve, my husband, I went to pick him up at the car place. and then the car repair shop. And then I had to drop off a urine sample for our dog because he's been having some problems, so the vet wanted to see what was up with that. So then we did that, and then I came home and kept working on my classes, and then I did a tutorial for my class. So I don't have my class all prepped yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, now this is a piece, I think this says 3 by 4 1/4. Let's check it out. Okay, so wrong. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. This part. And for this I know it's probably hard to see, I used the leaf embossing folder, which I had out here so I could tell you. And of course I put everything out where I thought I could see it, so let me grab the catalog just real quick and I'll pull it out. So I want to say fall leaf or leaf fall, one of the two embossing folders. Leaf fall. So it's right here on page 81 of your catalog. It's 159847 and it's $10. So leaf fall is what I did for the embossing folder. And then I had it go just kind of on the right so that I have this area clear to stamp on. So I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to use Early Espresso ink again. And we're going to put the greeting on. This says, some people just make life better. All of you watching, you make life better. I'm so grateful that you spend your time with me. And we can have some crafting fun together. Okay, so let's get this inked up. I know, okay, we had a day, didn't we? And that's crooked, but you know what? We're just going to call it good. It's homemade. It's homemade, so it's going to be okay. Oh, wow. Now, I'm going to take my marker. This is my soft suede marker, and this is the dark one. And I don't do this very often because it can be hard on your marker tip. So, you know, take an old marker if you have one, because it does fray the ends of your marker. And then I'm just going to get some specks on here. You know, okay, so that's good enough. And they've got some speckles. And then let's go ahead and take our wreath. Trying to find my sample. Okay, so let's take our wreath and put it here with some dimensionals. Well, first with Brady, we were afraid that he had kidney damage because he's had a couple accidents in the house and he didn't want to eat. He hasn't been eating anything. So, but he doesn't have anything wrong with his kidneys, which is excellent. But the other thing she's suspecting is his glucose was really low, which I don't know anything about those things other than what she told me, which was that it's either from him not eating because he was getting so fussy about not eating. Let's see here. I think I'll do this, do it like this. That his glucose levels were really low, so she said it could either be from that or that it's a very rare thing, but she has seen it several times in her career, that he might have a tumor on his pancreas, which is very upsetting, and I hope that's not it. But she's going to do another glucose test tomorrow and see if it's gotten better. She gave him some special food. He really, really likes it. We give it to him every couple hours. He gets about a tablespoon or so. Brady is a Maltipoo, so he's not very big. Not a very big boy, so he doesn't need a lot of food at one time, but we're going to feed him more often, and we're giving him the special food right now. This piece of designer series paper is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I know a lot of times we cut this first piece 4 by 5 1/4 so the actual card base shows, but we're not going to do that on this one today. So I've got that going, let's go ahead and, so at least he's, you know, he's eating. Sorry, I'm preoccupied with my dog. You know, when they get older, it's just, if you have furry pets, you know that when they get older, it just gets really, gets a little bit hard. He's 15 and a half, and he's always been really healthy. Okay, let's go ahead and stick this on. This little fall leaf and a wreath, and I'm going to now grab, so this is the silver twine, what's this called? Threaded twine, silver, I think it's called silver threaded twine. It has that little silver in it. So I just cut off a piece long enough to make a bow, and then I just, what I'm doing is pulling out a piece from here. So it pulls out pretty easy. You can just pull it out if you want a little bit thinner. And I think actually, yeah, that'll be good. I was thinking about pulling out two, but I'm not going to. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Hi, Chris. Okay, so let's pull this. I do really like So Saffron. You know how things kind of go in spurts. So I used to, I mean, years ago, I used a lot of So Saffron. And, you know, their designer series paper changes, so the colors you use the most of change. And now we're kind of seeing a resurgence of this color, and I like it so much because it's just kind of a soft yellow. Let's get that going there. Okay, so there's that. Then I thought we would take some of these seasonal, adhesive back seasonal sequins. And there's some gold ones in here. So we're going to put some gold ones on here. And grab my, take your pick tool, and I'm going to take a small one. Looks like I only have one small one, so we'll take a large one and a small one up here, and then we'll take a large one down here. And there we have our fall card. This is not a difficult card. You can make this. Anybody can make this, whether you're a beginning stamper or an experienced one. It's not hard. You saw how I made it. It only took about 10 minutes probably to make it. So that's our fall one. Has anybody been making some fall cards? Oh, thank you for the hearts, you guys. Hi, Debbie. Oh, thanks for sharing. So nice to have you guys on with me tonight. I'm not normally on Tuesdays. I'm normally on Wednesdays. And last night I came on too with a video. Still trying to earn the Norway trip. I'll show you what's going on with that. So I'm really excited. I'm close, everybody. Look how far I am. I only have about $500 left that I need to earn. I do need to earn it by Friday, but I'm getting pretty close. Thanks to those of you who have bought classes or put in orders with me. I do still have an adhesive special going on. So you buy 3 and get 1 free, or buy 10 and get 3 free. Or if you want an adhesive bundle, I have these for sale with a cute little bag. And they have, in this bundle, has a stamp and seal, a mini glue dot, a Tombow, a Stampin' Dimensional, and a tear and tape. And then I personalize it as well. This one is $33 because it has the whole stamp and seal in it. If you want the one that just has a stamp and seal refill, that is the stamp and seal refill. That one is $30. It has everything, including the pouch, for $30. Donnie, you're making fall cards. Oh, thanks, Diane. I appreciate it. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop in the link in the comments for that host code embedded in the adhesive sale. So if you just click on this link that I'm going to put in the comments right now, you'll go right to my website, and it'll be the right host code to get the free deal on the adhesives. So if you don't live near me and can't pick it up, all you need to do is email me what your choice of your free one is, and then I'll send that to you in the mail. Okay, we're gonna make a Halloween one now, so let's get going on that. This, I cannot take credit for this. This is a card that I saw my friend Erica Serwin make this weekend at a weekend retreat that I went to that she had a class at. So I'm going to make it because I thought it was just so cute, but it's going to take a little bit of teaching on this. So you'll need your Stamparatus. And then I'm going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? Oh, I've got my paper in here backwards, so let's do that. That'll be better. I have seen people do this before with the Stamparatus, but I think actually I saw her do it years ago. And this is, it should be a 4x4 square. Let's double check that first. Yeah, that's 4x4. Yeah, Diane, I think it would be a nice gift for the holidays for a paper crafter. Those adhesive pouches. I've had several orders for them. I might have to order some more from Amazon. Okay, so are you seeing how I'm lining this up? So I'm going, just to make life easy, I'm doing it at this is a 4-inch line here. And then that, whoops, I have to make, and then I'm lining these corners up at this 4. So this says 4 here and it says 4 here. So I'm getting the points to go exactly where those are, okay? Now I'm going to use this fine tip pen, but it may or may not cooperate. So if it doesn't, I've got another one standing by. We'll try this one and see if it'll, no, it's not going to cooperate very well. So the next pen I have is orange, and that's fatter, but you might be able to see it better anyway. Whoops, so my points off. You've got to make sure your points are lined up, because that's important. So I'm going to go like this. I'm just tracing around this 4x4 square, like so, like this, okay? Okay, then I'm just going to rotate this like so. And then I'm lining this up. There's 2 lines here on your grid paper with your Stamparatus grid paper. So I'm using that to guide where I put this. Okay? So now I'm going to come across like this and just follow my pattern around again, like so. Okay? All right, let me check my sample and make sure. Yep, that's right. Okay, just want to make sure before I got too far that that was correct. So that's the first step. Then what we're going to do is take, and I don't think I have the right one. I think this circle needs to be bigger. So hang on just a second. Let me grab my circles. Well, maybe that is the biggest one, so it should be okay. Let's see. I still want to double check this, everybody, so hang on just a second. Yeah, that's the right one. It didn't look like it was big enough, so then we're just going to put this guy in here, and I'm going to trying to just get it in the center, so I'm kind of trying to look around all the edges to do this. Okay, now, whoops, that doesn't work. Don't do that until you've got your circle out of the way, because your magnet's going to pull on your circle and get it out of place. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think it's pretty much in the center. Then we're going to grab, there's a little spider stamp, and he is kind of creepy. He's kind of a creepy little spider. And then we're going to put him kind of on the inside of this circle to just kind of give us a placement there. Okay. Okay. So then I've got him there. I'm going to bring this door over and then lift up. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. It's just causing problems. So now we've got our spider where we know it's going to be inside the circle. Okay, so then we're going to just take our Memento Black ink. Hi, Martha. I hope I'm in the video. Maybe not. Okay, so, whoops. Gonna ink them up, and then we're going to just stamp. Okay, then I'm going to move my square just one corner. Does that make sense? And we're going to ink again. We're going to stamp another little guy. Okay, then we're going to turn again. I only have done this once, well, once for this card. I have done this in the past, but it's been a while. Let's hope it turns out. I should have probably tried it at least a second time just to make sure I had it right. We're living dangerously. Okay, gonna turn it again. Another one turn. You're just lining it up with your corners there. Then we're going to ink it again. Come on over here and stamp. And move again. What? Okay, did I move it there already? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we'll go here. And I'm putting the magnet there on the side of the card because I don't want it to lift up. The stamp, this is a new stamp, and I just don't want it, you know, photopolymer likes to stick better to the, what am I trying to say? It likes to stick to the cardstock in your Stamparatus. So I did switch up Erica's card a little bit, but this part is what I saw her do. Okay, put this over here. So we're making a wreath of spiders. Okay, and I think one more turn, and then I think we've got our wreath done. Pretty much. Okay, let's try that again. Ink and stamp. Okay, so there we go. We've got our wreath. Now, let me clean this off a minute before I make a big mess. So I just keep my mat handy, and then I just wipe it off because ink, you know, when you're handling something and you've got ink on your fingers or you've got ink on someplace where you don't want it, it goes wacky. Okay, we are done with that. Now we're going to take our die cutting machine and we're going to cut some circles out. So this is the largest layering circle. It should fit because we measured it. So there we go. That's pretty good. So far, so good. Okay, so we'll get that there, and I am going to kind of, let's get that taped down a little bit there. And then this is what I think this is 1 5/8. Let me check it so you know for sure. I think it's around that. No, it's not. It's 1 3/8. Okay, so that's important to know. It's 1 3/8, and that's going to be the middle of our circle here. Okay, like so. Okay, then we're just going to take our die cutting machine and just cut those out like so. Thanks, Dorothy. It's pretty cute. They made a pretty cute card. Okay, so there's our wreath. Let me get my circles all out of the way. Get all this stuff out of the way. I don't think we have to do any more die cutting. I think the rest I've already done. Okay, so now we're going to put this on a scallop circle that I thought I cut, but it looks like maybe I didn't cut it. So we do need our die cutting machine back, and we're just going to make one more large scallop circle, and then we're ready for the rest of this. So hang on just a moment. Let me grab some scrap paper. Let's see if this will fit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right. So now obviously in your circle you could put anything. You could put leaves, you could put some kind of a Christmassy something, and not do Halloween at all. You could do fall leaves. Let's put that there. You know, I just thought of something. I left something off our fall card. Darn it. Well, I'll show you my finished one. I forgot to put the fall leaves on it, but I'll show you my sample. Got in a hurry, trying to get on to Halloween. Okay, so now I think we're done with die cutting, hopefully. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. And then we're gonna grab our circle. So this is gonna go like this, but we've got a little bit more work to do. So, you know, guys, this still isn't the right size, but we're gonna go with it. But that's the idea. I think this circle should have been a little bit bigger. I thought maybe I didn't have the biggest circle out, but then I thought it was right. So it's okay, it worked. It worked just fine. Our witch's hat might cover up more of the spiders. We'll have to see. So now I'm gonna just take a piece of black cardstock and I'm gonna punch out the witch hat. Okay, this is the witch hat builder punch. This is in the holiday mini catalog, or you can find it online. Just type in witch hat builder punch. And then let's go ahead and put some dimensionals down here for our wreath, and we're going to pop it up here. But you get the idea of this, of making your grid. So, and then you just, to make something circular, you just put your circle over your grid, and then you start your first stamp, and then you just keep turning your 4x4 square. Okay? Okay, so now we're going to take the witch hat and we're going to get this guy going this direction, kind of like that. Yep, that'll work. Let's get some dimensionals out again. I'm going through dimensionals like insane crazy. I'm going to get some black ones out. Remember, you know, we have black dimensionals which come in really handy this time of year when we're getting close to Halloween, or whenever you're working with black paper. Maybe you're making some elegant cards with black paper. I'm going to, let's see, we're going to come down here a little bit, and let's go in here with this, and then maybe at the top of the hat. Not quite at the top, because I don't want it to I'm going to kind of actually cover up some of those spiders, so I think it makes a little more clean at the bottom without having spiders sticking out. So I'm going to go kind of like so, like that with the hat. Okay, then I have got some other bits here. I've got a little die. This is in the, did I grab those dies? This die is from the something about tags, and I meant to look that up. I'll look it up quick here. I don't want to lose that. It's see if I can recognize it in here, hopefully quickly. Sometimes, sorry, should have had this marked. Let's see, tags. Here we go. Celebration tag dies. This is on page, where is it? 67. And there are a lot of great dies in this set. So it's called Celebrate with Tags. There's Christmas, there's even Valentine, there's birthday, and just winter, be jolly. That's kind of Christmassy too. So this little die is from that stamp set. And let me grab my pumpkin pie ink, and then my little boo. That little boo also comes from the Cottage Wreaths set. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to stamp this just a little bit to the right on my label. Okay, since we're going all out Halloween, so we have to have a boo on here. Then this is going to go kind of across the hat like this. Let me grab some more dimension. For this, I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals. Let's grab some minis here. And so how many of you do stuff for Halloween? We don't do a lot for Halloween. Our little guys are, well, what used to be our little guys are pretty much grown up, and now they're having their own little guys who aren't old enough really yet to do Halloween much. We do have one great nephew that he goes out and trick-or-treats, and he's a little bit older. The other ones are pretty young. So I'm going to stick this one here. Then I went ahead and die cut some other spiders. I stamped them and die cut them. I also have a heart for this card. So we're going to get these spiders on too. And I think we'll go back to our black dimensionals for this. And we'll put on maybe a couple. You could probably fit a regular, well, I don't know if you could fit a regular full-size dimensional or not. Because he's kind of skinny in his middle. Right there. So let's get these guys on here. And then we'll put together our card. So, you know, once you've got that circle set, you could do all your stamping and then just do your die cutting of your, okay, that made no sense. So once you've got your, the making of your circle all set with your template and then whatever stamp you want to use to be in your wreath, that's the part that takes a while, is kind of make that 4x4 square and get everything set up. Let's have this guy kind of go maybe up here a little bit. And then this one, let's have him go. Let's get him go kind of right there, going off at an angle. But honestly, you know, it's not as time consuming as you might think when you just first looked at it. Okay, so we've got that, and then I die cut out of those same Celebrate with Tags set. I've got a little orange pumpkin pie heart right here. So let's go ahead and stick that down. We do live in a neighborhood now that does have some children that go out and do trick-or-treating. Actually, quite a few. Although our last neighborhood was just insane. I mean, literally insane with trick-or-treaters. In fact, people would, oh gosh, I'm making a mess. People would drive their children into our neighborhood, and the reason is because we had a neighbor, a few houses down, that is a landscape designer, and she would just go all out. She would make a whole haunted yard for the kids to come and go through, and so that brought everybody in for the trick-or-treat. Okay, so there's that, and now we need some gems, and then we can assemble our card. So I'm going to go back to the seasonal sequins, adhesive back seasonal sequins, whatever they're called. Adhesive, that is what they're called. And there is kind of a, I don't think these are actually supposed to be orange. I think they were supposed to be closer to red. And they do, with some reds on some cards, like they do blend okay, but I thought they looked okay with this too, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. We're going to put, thanks Kay, I'm going to put some little sequins around our wreath. So there, let's see if we can fit one up here. And maybe one here as well. And one here. I don't think we can have 4. We probably better, whoops, probably better get one more. Let's go down here. Over here maybe. I don't want it exactly symmetrical. Like so, okay? So now you could put this on a little, a gift tag, a gift card holder, something like this. We're gonna put it on a card or a little box of some kind that you put a treat in. But we're gonna go ahead and make a card. So I've got a piece of basic white thick cardstock. It's cut 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Designer Series paper that's 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm layering it onto a piece of basic black that is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so that's going to be the base of our card. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get the adhesive on here, like so. I don't make a lot of Halloween cards. Any of you guys make a lot of Halloween cards? My brother and his family, they're big on Halloween. So they live in Colorado, and I do, this is that same Cottage designer paper. This is 2 by 5, and I just notched, let's see, what do I want this? A flag in the end. But my brother and his family are really, really big on Halloween, so I send all of them a card. My niece and nephew don't live at home anymore, but I also send them Halloween cards too because they're also big on it. Now, if I had regular size, I do have regular size black dimensionals, but I don't want to look for them, so I'm just going to go ahead and use these littler ones. Just maybe use a few more around here on the outside. Kind of feeling where it's bulky, so I don't add one right on top of another one. And then there's nothing here. So for this, I am going to take my pick tool, and I'm going to pick these off quickly. Save a little time. And then I think our card is done. So here's our little blue card with all the sparkles and everything. What do you think of that one? Do you like this one? Okay, you don't do Halloween much. We really don't either. I send these Halloween cards, and then that's really about it. I make about 3 and send those, and then that's about all I do. Okay, let's go ahead now. We're going to make our last card, and I'm going to use for that, I'm going to show you another little tip with this one. So let me grab first some scrap paper. And let's show you what we're going to do for this one. For this, I'm going to take this little wreath stamp, and let me grab, I'm kind of getting a mess going here already. Going to take my So Saffron ink that we had out before, and I'm also going to take my pumpkin pie, and then don't think I grabbed my sponge dauber. I need a sponge dauber. Hang on. I don't actually think this is pumpkin pie, but it probably is going to be close enough. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up in So Saffron. I'm going to make sure I cleaned it first. So let me grab my cleaning pad. Just to make sure, you want to make sure your stamps are always clean before you head into a project. I'm going to actually use this piece of scrap paper. and we'll stamp our little bows. I don't know what they're called, a bow, maybe. We're gonna stamp it in So Saffron, and then I'm gonna take my pumpkin pie ink, and I'm going to, let's see, I don't know whether to do the bottom or the top. I'm trying to remember on my sample what I did. I think I did it towards the top, so we'll try it this way, and I'm just going to bring up some of that pumpkin pie ink to get a little variation in color. Can you see that? Probably went too far with the pumpkin pie, but then you want to make sure you clean it, because you don't want to be stamping your stamp back in your So Saffron when it has pumpkin pie ink on it. And then for this one, I won't go down quite as far, maybe just towards the top more. And then let's, yeah, it looks nice. I like the way that looks. So we'll go with that. And then, hi, Shar. Oh, welcome. It's nice to see you. Hi, Brenda. Thanks for coming on and joining us. So this now, I'm going to get the die out for these guys. Clean my stamp first. And then we'll die cut this guy. And I think that's all the die cutting we have to do on this. If I cut my square, this card is going to go on a square base. So I'm going to go ahead and oops. Do you see this little hole here? You're supposed to be able to see the stem there, and I wasn't seeing it. In fact, I'm not sure I'm gonna see it. I don't think it lines up, so I'm just gonna line up the leaves and not worry too much about that little stem and hole in the bottom. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's put this through. And I think I just moved it, but we're gonna go with it. It's okay. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's all right. So we got that one, and then we'll go ahead and do this one. I haven't gotten out my fall pumpkins. I have a lot of pumpkins. I really love decorating for fall. And I have a fall wreath. I really have wreaths for all seasons because I really love wreaths. So this set caught my eye right away. Hopefully that'll work. Because it can be all seasons. It could be Christmas or winter or fall or Halloween. Trying to think if there's anything spring in it. I'm not thinking about anything spring in it, but I'll look when we get situated. Now I just have to make sure I've got a square already die cut, and I think I do here. Before we get rid, yeah, I do, so we're good to go. Let's get rid of this and this. Okay, so that's a fun way to add a little color dimension to your cards or your stamps by stamping it in one color and then lightly inking it with another color, a color that's a little bit darker or deeper. Okay, I'm gonna grab, this is more of a Thanksgiving card. This made me think of Thanksgiving. And I'm going to grab the pumpkin pie ink, and then there's a stamp in here that says grateful. So I'm gonna grab the grateful one. And see if I can get straighter on this one than I did my first card. I'm gonna line this up on the grid. Usually if I line it up on the grid paper and then I kind of try to see horizontally, usually I do okay. So I'm gonna go up. No, I'm not gonna go down too low on this. And that's pretty good. I didn't get the F on my T. Well, darn, I didn't get the F on the top of my F. And I actually did cut a second one because, you know, when you're stamping, you could just turn this over. But since I did actually die cut a second one, when you're stamping right on your card, it's not a greeting that you're going to cut separately or die cut separately. I usually give myself a little room to, I'm going to make sure the top of my F is inked. A little way to, there we go, that's better. Beer with that. A way to remedy it if you make a boo-boo on it. So I cut 2, but again, I could have just turned it over and it would have been okay. All right, now I'm going to take these 2 little sprigs of whatever they are, fall leaves of some kind, and then I'm going to grab a mini glue dot, and then I'm going to put these 2 together, kind of like a sprig maybe. Okay, then I'm going to grab some dimensionals again, and we're going to put these kind of, I'm going to put that there to kind of hold those 2 in place, and then I'm going to add, looks like, oh, here we go. I was going to say it looks like I'm out of all my regular size of dimensionals, but I've got a few in here yet. I go through dimensionals like crazy, just like water pretty much. But right now I'm doing a lot of crafting. I've been doing a lot of crafting for extra events to try and earn the trip to Norway. So I'm always busy in the fall anyway, but it's been kind of crazy. Okay, we're going to go back to that sprig of twine. I'm going to pull 1, and I actually think for this one I'm going to pull 2. So, and all you do is just, you know, cut your twine and then just pull 1, and then it comes out pretty easy. So for this, I'm going to tie a double bow. People say, well, how do you really tie a double bow? Well, you really don't. You tie a bow with 2 strands or 2 pieces of ribbon. So I'm just going to do that right here and pull that together. Let's see how that goes. And I like this twine, whatever it really is called. What did I say it's called? Called threaded twine. It's just a little bit more rustic than the linen thread. It has all those kind of furry pieces, especially when you pull it apart. I'm going to make this, I think that might be a little too big for our sprig, so we're going to make it just a little bit smaller, like so, and just trim it up just a little bit more. There, that's better. Don't want to cover up all that pretty ink work we did. We want that to show, so we don't want it to, our bow to cover all of it up. I'm going to grab this, put this over the top. Okay, there's the main part of our card. Then, this is a pretty easy card. I'm going to take my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, and now where are my leaves? I've got these little leaves, and I'm going to go back to actually take my pumpkin pie ink. So I'm going to be stamping tone on tone, and I'm going to start, this is something I do every once in a while, I'm going to start in the top corner, and I'm going to just work my way down, and I'm working my way towards the bottom corner, the bottom left from the top right. Make sense? Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of Designer Series paper that's 2 by 5 1/4. I'm going to lay it there for a minute and see if I really need some, if I need a few more leaves here or there. I think I need some kind of right in here. Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better. So let's go with that. This, did I say this is 2 by 5 1/4? I think it's 2 by 5 1/4. Now, you can get all the supplies for this card with an order of $35 or more using this host code or the host code that's embedded, the link that I put in the comments. So you can get all the parts for this card for free with your order. So it's just $35. That's all you need to spend in my online store, and I'll send you all the parts for the cards. Now I can't stamp them. Stampin' Up! Doesn't let us send stamped images, but I'll send you all the parts for all these 3 cards. So it's that's my thank you gift to you for helping me out. And I think with a little help, I'm going to actually be on the boat to Norway. I'm just so excited. I can hardly believe it because I came from pretty far behind. Oh, goodness. So, some friends in New Orleans, 2 of my closest stamping friends said, we think you can do this. You just get some extra events going. They helped me brainstorm some things, and I decided, okay, well, it doesn't hurt to try. And I prayed a lot about it too, because if the Lord isn't in it, then you might as well give it up. So anyway, thanks to those of you who have already put in orders or taken a class from me. I'm just so grateful. And with a little more help, I can get there. I only have 3 more days, but I only have around $500. I think actually a little less than I need to earn it. So if you can help me, I would be very grateful. And if you can't, I appreciate you anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this guy kind of down here, like so. And then let's go back to our, I don't know what I did. I keep losing my gems, my adhesive back gems. And now on my sample card, I put the gold ones. I don't know. These are kind of reddish, but they're also not complete. What do you think? Gold? Or do you think we'll call this orange for the sake of this card? So what do you think? Gold or the orange? We'll call it orange. I think it's kind of reddish orange. I don't know. We'll just call it orange for the sake of the votes. Okay, oh, Martha, you like it? Thank you. Dorothy, thanks for sharing so much. I really appreciate it. Char says gold. Kay says orange, so we need some more votes. Dorothy says gold. So far, 2 gold and an orange. Martha is indecisive, but she decided on gold. So that's 3 gold and 1 orange. Okay, vote now or forever hold your peace. So far, 3 gold, 1 orange. Okay, ladies, we're gonna go with gold. So let me grab my gold gems, and then we're gonna go, let's see, this gold one is kind of, I think it'll be okay. He has part of his gold kind of worn off, but actually it makes it a little sparkly, so we're just gonna go with that. And then let's go actually down here on our card, and there's our 3rd card, our fall card. So what's your favorite of the 3? The fall one? Well, these are both fall. So let's just call it saffron, pumpkin, or Halloween. Which one of those is your favorite? I like all of them. Obviously, I made all of them, so I like all of them. I was going to show you, this is both. Oh, you mean for sequins, Char? Is that what you're talking about? Well, we might go back and do that. See, on this one, I forgot to do this on our card I made tonight, and I think it makes a big difference. These are these are Mango Melody leaves on this one, and I just forgot to put them on. So actually, I'll probably go back and fill them in when, not keep you on the video tonight. All right, let me grab a couple orange ones, and let's see if we can mix and match here. I'm going to take this little guy off because he's kind of, oh, I think we might be on to something. I think that's kind of pretty. Let's get another one here. And then we need 5, I think. So let's go. Well, let's go with an orange one. They're a little more glittery. So maybe down here, so they kind of follow the pattern of our Leaves falling. I think that works. I think that's pretty. I'm good with that. Chris, your favorite is Halloween and Yellow Wreaths. So these are your two favorite. Kay, oh, you're very sweet. Oh, all cards. All of them are your favorite. Well, we already put the orange on here, but I think it looks good. You know, a little more glitz. You can't go wrong with a little more glitz. So, all right, my friends, thanks so much. And again, that link to order from my store to get this class for free is in the comments, or you can always message me for it too. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate your joining me tonight and spending your time with me. I don't take that lightly. I value your time, and I'm really thankful that you chose to spend it with me. So I'll keep you posted on my, thank you, Teresa. I'll keep you posted on my earning the trip. So I'll try and keep posting on my Facebook page, and I will let you know. Hopefully we're celebrating on Friday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm anxious. I think the Lord is really helping me, and you too. Thanks, everybody. See you next time. Oh, I won't see you next Wednesday. I won't be live next week because I am going to Palm Springs with my high school girlfriends. I'm going to take a vacation. I need a vacation, and I'm really looking forward to going. So if you haven't liked and followed my Facebook page, please do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, everybody. See you next time. It'll be 2 weeks from Wednesday. Bye-bye.